Hi everyone, it's Carolyn. Just thought I'd give you a quick update as promised. It's been quite a while since I've been posting, hasn't it really? I did a recipe last week, which was lovely. And the reason I did a recipe last week was I had a whole week off work, a whole week of blissful annual leave where I was going out most days for a walk. By the end of the week, I was feeling very positive. I had time on my hands, finally. So I was able to do a recipe, a bit of blogging, the things I absolutely love doing. And obviously updated my blog with a recipe video. But obviously there's a lot to catch up on. I can't even off the top of my head as I start speaking remember the last time when I did a proper heart-to-heart or catch-up. I know I did an update, didn't I, with when I went to stay at the World War II cottage this time last year, actually. It was sort of August. I know it's September now, but you know what I mean, roughly a year. And that was amazing. And I think shortly before that, probably in the few months leading up to that, was when I just began to feel just about pretty awful about things. There was a number of things that were affecting me. A lot of things that went on in my work life as well. And that overlaps into your personal life because you kind of make good friends and things like that. So I don't really want to speak about that too much because that's, you know, that is private. But obviously these things impact you. I was using food again as a coping mechanism and the weight had been piling on. I just felt really unhealthy, unmotivated. I wasn't getting out of the house particularly. And I just got to that stage where I was feeling like really, really bad about myself again. And I know you hear this time and time again, but that is me, isn't it? It's just using food to cope. And it's cyclic, isn't it? Then you feel bad about yourself. You're so busy you don't have time to do the things you love, which helps your mental health. And anyway, to carry on, literally, I just wanted to disappear for a while, which I did do. I think I took several months off social media, apart from just updating here and there, the few photographs on Instagram, the odd little post on YouTube, I know that, and I've updated once or twice with some day in the life shorts, just out and about travelling to different places. And yeah, fundamentally, I'm really missing the blogging and the recipe creation. I've been watching what's going on in our Facebook group and joining in occasionally. I'm always there checking in every day, doing a bit of admin, watching people have this enthusiasm for recipes and rationing. And to be honest, I was just sort of thinking to myself, yeah, I know it sounds awful, so don't get me wrong, because I don't want people to take this personally, but I kind of was a bit jealous in respects of people having time and I wasn't having any time, and I was likely just feeling a bit sorry for myself. It feels like I had been, which I kind of was anyway, just working hard all the time, and that this wasn't any proper downtime for me most of the time. And then sometimes when I needed to get out and probably do the things that make you feel more positive, I just was feeling so exhausted and so bad emotionally on some days that I didn't want to do that, which just makes matters worse, doesn't it? So yeah, that's kind of reason. I know I don't have to give anybody an explanation, but I just kind of want to say why. It's not a laziness thing. It's not that I'd lost my passion for the things I do, which is recipe creation, which is mending and making do, which is the whole home front and then the history around that, and just frugal inexpensive historical recipes. They're always there in my mind. I'm always reading recipe books. Anyway, just to say, let's cut a story short because there's no point in me wittering on about this. You've probably heard this over and over, but that was the reality of it. I just needed a proper break, proper downtime, because I just didn't have the time. Work had to take a priority. A lot of changes have gone on in my life in regards to work. I think last time we probably had a proper heart-to-heart. I was still a marketing executive at my job. So since then, a lot has changed. Our company was taken over and purchased by a large corporate entity, and things have changed. There was a lot of restructuring going on, and as does happen, which is just completely normal, that is what happens. And complete marketing team exited, and I was the only one left. It was a difficult time, because obviously you lose all your colleagues and your friends who decided to move on, and then you're kind of left, and it's difficult because there's a lot that needs doing, and there's only a singular person or a couple of people. Anyway, that's been growing again. We're building back the team, which has been amazing. So at that stage, I had studied for a diploma in instructional design. So that's something that I'm still hugely interested in. I got a promotion, and I moved up to go from a marketing exec to I think it was a digital learning and engagement specialist. And when I had that role from last October to 4 months ago, I only had it for a short time, couldn't really implement all the things I wanted to do because of a lack of team members. So we didn't have the capacity to do that. But as we've been growing team members. And then kind of out of the blue, a couple of very positive things happened. It's something I'd never considered before. I was asked whether I would take over the marketing manager role as we're building the team. Not something I'd ever thought of doing before. I'm very much a hands-on person, and I was really looking forward to building the e-learning role within the company. But yeah, I had some great support at the time. So my immediate boss above me, very supportive, hands-on guy. And at the same time, I got selected by our larger corporate company, but I got selected internally through the company I work for to go on a year's Rising Stars program. So I'm probably the oldest person there because I'm 60 in January. So I'm going and I'm doing extra training. Sometimes I have to go to London. A lot of it's done online, in groups. And so a bunch of us are selected from several different businesses to really develop our business skills and leadership skills. And I'm currently doing that. So that takes up a lot of time as well. So the last 3 months, I've just got through my probation, by the way, very successfully. So I'm in my 4th month in my marketing manager role. And yeah, I just want to say, mostly in a really positive way. I found out it's a different way of working for me. So suddenly I've got to be responsible for people. And I do love working with people. And I absolutely love our team. Our team, as we're building it up, is incredible. They're very clever. They're very productive. They're very positive. Everybody has got a lot of expertise in their different areas. And my job as a marketing manager is twofold, maybe even threefold. And the responsibility for people and to make sure things are managed in a way that keeps people happy, but the business happy as well. So people-wise, that's a huge responsibility. But I have an affinity with people and I love people and I really do empathise and feel for people. So that's been a pleasure, even though it's been hard work. The other side is the business side, which is this bit I'm currently struggling with, which has led a little bit of stress for me. But I'm being fully supported and I'm on this development program as well. So that's the bit that I think will probably need more developing. But overall, it's been stressful, yes. That's only normal. But it's been amazing too. I've had some very positive parts of the new role. And I think because of that, it's been peaks and troughs. And I've found that I'm being very preoccupied with going through this new training, with trying to learn and being able to develop in this role and try and do a good job, that there's been no time for anything else really. And it's only just now that I'm beginning to put things in motion to try and get back to making sure that I'm doing some of the things I love, because that's vitally important for anybody, isn't it? You want to make sure you're doing some of the things you love for your mental health, for your health. Yeah, hang on. And I think because of the last 3 months, it's been a struggle with my weight. At the moment, my weight is teetering between about 266 to 267 pounds and 271 pounds. So it's meandering up and down. Not a great weight for me to be at. It's not making me feel good. So that is something I've got to really work hard on and try and get back to. And part of that obviously is moving more exercise. Food wise, I'm not doing too badly. I'm eating fairly well. With some days I'm overeating a bit on. But because there's lack of exercise, apart from when I had my week off, which I got out and walked for hours each day. So this is where I've got to make some adjustments. And this is why I'm looking forward to getting back into more of the recipes and more of doing those absolute passionate things outside work as well. So everything is okay. And that's just where I am at the moment. I've set myself a project. You may have already seen that the book project is going ahead. That is going to be for next spring. So it's something I'm getting my teeth into. I've been working really hard on the outline of the book. I know what recipes are going to go into it. And I've got together all my photography equipment. So we're setting a plan in motion now to cook a couple of recipes every weekend and photograph them properly for the book. But it's going to be much more than just a recipe book. And by the way, if you are interested in that, I'd really appreciate it if you sign up. You'll put your name into, if you look down below in the description, there is going to be a link. If you click on that link, you can go and sign up if you are interested in finding out more about the recipe book before it gets published. I'd recommend doing that because I'm going through the motions of self-publishing this. It's something I've really always wanted to do, have that control over your own destiny. And for me, I want to because with a marketing background, I really want to, and design background, I really want to develop this recipe book from everything, from writing it, from developing the recipes, for photographing it, from laying out the book, doing the design and everything. It's a huge project of mine. And what with coming up to being 60 years old, I've been thinking about this for 15 odd years. It's about time I knuckled down and did it. And I think it'd be a great project. I really want to create a beautiful recipe book, a keepsake book. And that's going to contain a lot of full colour recipes, some recipes, all accurate historical World War II recipes. I'd love to contain a reader's section as well with some heritage recipes that have been passed down. That would be lovely to include some of those. And it's going to be a bit more than that as well. But obviously, I don't want to share everything completely, but it's going to have a twist to it as well. So if you are interested, please put your name down on the mailing list, because when I do publish the recipe book, it's going to be in short runs. So for instance, if we've got 250 people who have signed up, and then they pre-order it, I will then get 250 recipe books printed, and then we'll start another list, and we'll do it that way to begin with, because obviously self-publishing is an expensive project to do. So that really is the only way I can think of doing it. But I'm really excited with it, and your support so far has been phenomenal. I've already got, in just a week or so, had 250 people sign up that really want the recipe book. And that's, guys, that's so supportive of you. I never expected that in a million years. So there is light at the end of the tunnel for me. I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. I'm going to be cooking my first recipe tomorrow. Today's Saturday. Tomorrow on Sunday, I'm hoping to find the time to cook my first recipe and photograph it. I'll do some film footage and I'll put it into this video, so you may well see that in this video as well. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for bearing with me over this time when really I went radio silent, didn't I? Completely. But, when things get too much, when life gets too much, when you sometimes just do that. I try to keep people updated just a little bit here and there, but sometimes you're just so exhausted, aren't you? So that's what happened. Everything is fine. We're doing fine. And it will be great. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to be putting this video up, and it's just going to be all skew whiff. I don't know what I've been doing. Sorry. And my arm's hurting. I didn't have time, and I couldn't be bothered to get my tripod out. So I just thought I'd get this done, because I did promise you. And yeah. Anyway, take care, everybody. And recipes will be coming, although the focal point will be on producing the recipes for the book, but I will keep everybody updated on the blog. Absolutely love all the content you guys are posting on the Facebook group. Again, I'll put a link down below to that. It's amazing what people are sharing from around the world. A shout out to our amazing moderators and admins for the group. So Kate and Dawn, and then a big thank you to Holly. Holly's been with the group since the beginning, and she's such a group expert. She's been posting amazing posts, and she's been doing a walking daily in a month, but she's a fountain of knowledge, so we'll look out for her posts as well. But yeah, like I said, a huge thank you to Dawn and to Kate, who are always checking in every day and keeping things in line in the group. I don't know what I'd do without them. They're amazing. And obviously I pop in every day and keep an eye when I can too. But yeah, it's great stuff, and I really appreciate their help. So thank you very much. You are appreciated. I think that's it for me now. Just an update. And hopefully I'll speak to you soon, and you'll start to see more World War II, 1940s recipes content very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye. I decided that probably tomorrow wouldn't be a good time to do my first recipe. I've still got to be prepared more. I've probably got a couple of weeks worth of prep to get ingredients in and pull out some nice dishes and things. But I am cooking Bubble and Squeak. My daughter has kindly left me some mashed potatoes she made earlier. So I'm frying up some leftover veggies and going to bung the mashed potato in there and make a nice big plate full of Bubble and Squeak. So I'm just frying up the veggies. All up. And then once I've done that, I'll also add in some mashed potato. And then we'll fry it so it's nice and brown on either side. And that's going to be delish. Now, I'm pretty sure you probably know what Bubble and Squeak is anyway. But for those who don't, Bubble and Squeak essentially is one of those recipes that is amalgamation of leftover ingredients. For most people, it's potato based. So potatoes sort of mashed up with leftover veggies, and it could have meat mixed in with it too. Basically just all fried up in a big pan with the potato all together as a big kind of patty, or you just mix it up as a mishmash of stuff, but sort of so it begins to brown on the outside and bring in all those flavours, and it's absolutely delicious. I always find that if I've ever done a Sunday roast, it's nice to put those roast potatoes or potatoes in with some of the leftover veg, even a bit of stuffing, anything, just all fried up together. It's absolutely delicious. So there we go. I've got frying up all the vegetables, and there's a couple of vegan sausages in there as well that my daughter cooked earlier and gave them to me as well. So I've chopped them up, and they're just browning nicely. And then I'm going to add in my mashed potato, bind it all together, fry it up on either side so it gets brown and caramelised, and that's going to be really tasty. So I've mixed the potato with the veggies. The veggies I put in, I had a bit of courgette, I had some onion, a little bit of mushroom, and a little bit of onion. Did I say that? And then I added in a couple of vegan sausages, and I am frying that up with the potato. I'm going to keep turning it until it begins to get caramelised, sort of part way through, and then I'm probably going to press it down into a patty kind of thing, but maybe I'll just use it as a mishmash or something, I don't know. But anyway, I'm cooking it now, and that's going to be absolutely delicious. A delicious bubble and squeak. Oh, and it only bubbles and squeaks, makes a squeaky sound if you do press it down as a patty, because the squeak sound comes from the air being released underneath. So we'll see if we can do that in a moment. Guys, doesn't this look amazing? That's just going to look amazing. I hope when I flip it, it doesn't all break apart, but hey, that doesn't matter. Yum. Now look at this, it's nearly ready. How good does that look? And I can tell you, it tastes amazing. That's because it's browning, it's got some onions in it, it's got some veg, and of course mashed potato. Look, I don't know about you, but I could probably eat this most days for the rest of my life and not grow sick of it. Absolutely wonderful. Honestly, I wish that I actually had my photography equipment ready, because it looks amazing. Bubble and squeak. How the hell am I going to eat all that? I'm sure I will, but that looks amazing. It smells amazing, and I've had a little taste and it tastes amazing too. So proper British World War II bubble and squeak. Yum.